Oh my God, your hair's getting so long, you're doing a middle part now?
It's not a middle.
Oh, it's like a three quarters part then.
It undid itself. I do this so much with it that it just goes and parts itself other places.
Well, soon enough you can do the the hair the hair flip. I'm
I
not
don't know
having
why I couldn't do that now.
I'm not having a seizure. Try it.
You're so funny. You know you do this thing with your hair all the time. You think it's like you're good like that all the time.
I don't know.
It's cute.
Thank you.
Your hair's long as sh
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Welcome to Waish. It's the 30th special features. That means that we have to change up the way that we start the show, right?
Wow, that's pretty crazy. If
I
this had
know.
been consistent, 30 months, that'd be a long time.
See the sad face?
It's
It's because
funny.
it's 30 now.
I was gonna make the same joke. I was gonna say I feel his pain from last year.
Yep. Agreed. Anyway, this is special features. Welcome to the show. Um, Anytime I don't start off the regular way, I throw myself off, but that was my own doing. So,
Yeah, it's fine.
what are you gonna do?
We'll forgive you this one
Um,
time.
Before we jump into show and tell, well, firstly, if you don't know what special features is, it's like, remember back in the day, you put a DVD into the DVD player and you press play on it, and there's special features, and there's like behind the scenes and fun anecdotes and maybe some photos and that kind of crap, right? Don't get that as much now, but now they're just YouTube videos, right? They just put them all up
I
as
know.
featurettes and stuff. But that's kind of like what this is. If Waish was a DVD, or as your grandparents say, a CD, then it's like, yeah, see, I don't have my AirPods in, so I can't tell your shitty quality audio.
I just noticed it out of like the corner, of my own frame.
Yeah, I
So
upgraded. It's saying I didn't upgrade.
is it kicking us off?
Hang in there with us, folks.
Son of a
You could comment down below, say happy birthday, Lucas.
We won't get even.
Also,
We won't get one. Not one.
that could be true. Who knows? You might be surprised. I don't know. And what we have to talk about real briefly, because this is a thing. I don't know if you know about this. I heard about it from Red Letter Media, but this has been going on for since August. Have you heard
Is
about
it
this?
is it YouTube related?
Yes.
Because I saw them post a video and the thumbnail of it was like YouTubers talking about YouTube, and I didn't watch the video, but it's like a very recent video within the last like day or
Two
two, I want to
days.
say. Okay.
Yeah, it was like they called it like the obligatory YouTuber rant or something like that.
Pretty sure
And they
that's like
talked
right
about
about what it's
how
called.
like they have never bitched about YouTube before, but now they are because it's never affected their audience, but now it has affected their audience. And I mean, it's some funky stuff.
Well, I do know
Anyway,
about
so
like the age
um
AI verification thing that they had going on. That there's a
yeah,
lot of
well,
videos that aren't being
they're
pushed.
they're using AI for everything. So they're using AI to tell if your videos are appropriate or not or whatever. So basically AI goes through your video. Now it's okay to swear in the first few minutes of the video. Because it
Okay.
used to be the first like 30 seconds to a minute you couldn't swear. Now you can swear in that, like that makes sense. But randomly it'll start looking towards the middle of your video and whatnot if you're swearing. And it will age restrict your video.
So they figure that if they go in the middle and you are, that you've been doing it the whole time.
I guess. I don't know. That's the thing is nobody really knows. And Red Letter Media talked about it that as well. They're like, we don't know because they're like, we had this video that was restricted, this one wasn't. And we found out the hard way with that one Halloween Ends video, what happens when something gets age restricted. I mean, it completely kills your entire views. So it's awful. Even when you get that restricted lifted, the video's dead. And that's scary. But even more so than that, what they're doing is they are looking at the previous videos you have viewed and determining how old you are by what you're watching.
I've known about them determining your age based off of what you watch, but I didn't know that they haven't like they look at your account history, your entire record, and just go through like your liked videos, your watched videos. It probably has a factor in there of how long you've watched the videos, like your retention rate.
Maybe. And if it determines that you're younger than 17, it is going to give you the restriction on your account. And it doesn't let you know that the restriction is there. So what that restriction does is it doesn't tell you like, hey, you're like, oh, I want to watch this video, and you click on it, it goes, you're not old enough to watch this video. It doesn't do that. What it does
It's a
is
blanket
it completely
blacklist.
removes those videos from you even being able to search for them. So your favorite creators will release videos and you won't know because YouTube will purposely not show you them.
So it's an
And if you
in-between between
find
YouTube
out that you
Kids.
have this restriction, what's that?
It's like an in-between between YouTube Kids and the dumb shit that they do with that. Where if it's a video that's seen as kids content, you can't even watch it in like the mini player. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you can't like
yeah,
pull the video up and then pull it down and then scroll on YouTube. It's like locked
right.
to just a view. And then there's no comments on it, which is weird
Nope,
also.
is
And
weird.
it's not too often that I come across those kind of videos, but even just some of like the Spirit Halloween videos are like kids only for some reason. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of dumb shit that can slide in between.
Very strange. I mean, that's the creators making it kids only,
Mm.
so that's on them. But when you upload a video, it says, "Is this video for kids?" They're clicking yes.
Yeah, that's a no. Oh, well, for us, it's a no every time, obviously.
Right. That's how it happens, though. Um, so yeah, so it determines your age, then it goes, oh, you're too young, and so it just stops showing you videos, and you can look under your like account information or whatever, and you can see if you're restricted. And if you are restricted, the only way to unrestrict it is by sending in a photo of the
Of your
front and
license.
back of your driver's license.
Yeah, yeah, I heard some things about that, which is crazy.
It's insane. Absolutely insane. Like you're gonna give Google that information.
I remember hearing something before that's what they wanted to do with like GTA 6 or something.
Yeah,
In
that sounds kind of
not
familiar.
not in like the exact same capacity, but there was something about like not letting minors play the games and have it being restricted to like showing your identification to be able to play it, which is fucking insane. It's like a
Yeah,
police state for video games. Doesn't make sense.
it's very weird. Also YouTube now. So obviously there's like an uprising because people's viewership counts have been going down in the gutter. Like the videos aren't getting half the views that they have been getting, and subscriptions are in the gutter. All this kind of stuff is completely in the gutter. So people are, and big important people are complaining about it. And traditionally, that's when changes happen, when your big creators threaten to leave the platform because that's what they're doing. They're threatening to leave and go somewhere else. So this is like the worst change that has ever been implemented by YouTube, I think. So I don't know what
So
they were thinking.
everybody sign up to our Rumble account. We're off YouTube
Yeah,
now.
yeah, exactly. Um, Something that was funny was Jay said that he had a video that was like an hour and a half long or something, and that it got a restricted on it for no reason at all. It was him and Mike talking about some video, I don't know, but Jay is the one that edits all the videos, right? So he would know, or does Mike edit? Maybe they go back and forth. I don't know. But this particular video, I think he edited, and they just said that there was like the movie they were reacting to was fine, except one part of it, an animal eats its own placenta after it gives birth. And, but it's an animal, like it's just wildlife shit. Like it's not a human doing it.
Sure.
And all animals do because they don't want to leave behind any trace of their scent so they can get attacked by predators. So all animals out in the wilderness eat their own placentas. So just so you know.
I did not.
Um, and basically that's why you're not ever walking. Like if you ever gone through the woods, you don't go, "Oh,
No.
what is this I just stepped in?" That'd be happening all the time, everywhere. But anyway, and that's all they could think of could be the reason for their restriction on their video. And so Jay asked for a um what's it called? It's called basically something where a human has to go and watch it, like a something review, whatever. It's like a actual you're requesting a human reviews your video. And he put in that request and it was immediately declined. He said 2 minutes later, he's like, my video is an hour and a half long. How did you watch it in 2 minutes?
Yeah.
So they're not even going through and actually doing that even. It must be like a laziness thing. They're just going and they're just doing, just AI for everything. So that's good to know. Um, I don't know. I don't know. It's getting weird out here in YouTube land. So we'll see what happens. And we'll be starting our Rumble account. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Very
Which is
good.
great so the
Yes.
channel can get even more buried than it already is. Great news.
Yes. Yes. That's the dream. Anyway, so along with special features where you find out, like behind the scenes stuff on something, might hear a story here, a story there. You might find out about the thumbnails, just basically everything is contained within this that we're not putting somewhere else. It's the hodgepodge episode, and
Yeah, they're fun. They
primarily,
get decent amount of views for what they are historically.
yes, no comments, very
Yeah,
few
none,
likes.
but the people are
But
there. They've spoken.
so yeah, it's an assortment of things. Obviously, I've said this 1,000 times, but it started off with it more so just being me talking about how much time and effort I put into making a certain thumbnail or whatever. But it has morphed, evolved over time to being show and tell, where we
Primarily.
show off our purchases and other things. Other, I'm like Wendy Williams. I watched a Wendy Williams video before this about how she like fainted on her show and then it was just all downhill from there. That's me.
I didn't know this was a thing, but okay.
You've never seen the video or like the memes and stuff that people have made? She
No,
was wearing a
I haven't
Statue
seen
of
her.
Liberty costume.
To add insult to injury, she fainted on her own show in a Statue of Liberty costume.
Yeah,
Oh
she
my
like
God.
glitched out. It's weird because it's not like she just fainted. Like she literally goes and then drops down to the ground. And
It was
people
a
didn't know
ghost.
whether to laugh or what. And then it cuts a commercial break and it comes back and then she's like, "Sorry about that, everyone. I just got overheated in my costume." And it's like, so there was like conspiracies and stuff over this. This was probably like, I don't know, 3, 4 years ago. It
Huh,
was
yeah, no
weird.
idea.
It was like she glitched out, like when,
I mean,
like
like I know
Hillary
who she
Clinton
is
glitched
and like
out.
of her show and stuff, but yeah, I no, didn't know about
S-
that.
Strange. Anyway, so we talk about stuff that we have purchased or acquired or whatever over the last month, sometimes over the last 2 months, whatever. Um, these will pretty much almost exclusively come out at the end of a month. So,
You're
you
looking
know,
at the end of September, bitches.
sometimes we have things come up or we forget about it or whatever, and so we end up missing that that like opening in order to get it out for the end of the month because it has to be filmed before the end of the month, you know, in theory, until we're rich and famous and we could just stream special features.
So we could just stream pretty much anything. That'd be nice. That'd be the dream.
That is the dream.
Be the dream
That is the
stream.
dream. Anyway, so I have you know, stories to tack on at the very end. So stay tuned for that. But we're gonna show our show and tell, and then we'll go into my two stories. One is the fact that I went to Toronto to see Oasis.
If you couldn't tell by the shirt, everybody. There you go.
Yes. And the other one is I don't know, Port Hope related, shall we say. Pennywise the Dancing Clown.
Yeah, at
That's the
chapter
only
one and
hint
two,
people
it was
get.
filmed around here. You know about that, right? Sir, I don't know what you're talking about. We step out of the vehicle, please.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Yeah, so I went to Port Hope and I did the walking tour for it, chapter one and chapter two. You just take yourself on a tour with a little guide that they give you in the shops if you ask for it, and it was pretty cool. It was like stepping right into one of my favorite movies of all time. So that was awesome.
Super cool.
So,
That's two in the course of a year. So good for you.
yep, yep,
Oh, I forgot we can't talk about the other one yet, but yes.
that's true. Yeah, yeah, I forgot about that, but yeah, we can't. Um, this one, the other one though, can be talked about because I'm sure it's already been done a billion times by now, but won't be done the way I do it because I'm gonna get everywhere, baby, everywhere. Anyway, if you'd like to start it off.
So we go off of clusters these days. How many clusters would you say you have? Because I would say about six or seven.
Very good.
Okay.
I don't know what I did with the stupid hat.
From Toronto?
No, no, the stupid BF Wang's hat that I
What
pull out from time to time.
what could you possibly be weaving into the narrative with the PF Wang's hat?
No, nothing is getting weaved into the narrative.
Are you trying to keep your hair out of your face? Is
Yeah,
it
exactly.
oh, you're going function over form this time, huh?
Yeah, I did it before. I don't know where it's at. Whatever. I can't be cool like you.
Yeah, just keep doing the hair flip. That's just as cool in its own right, right?
This is true. This is true. Try to think, when did I wear it last? There was an episode we did where I was wearing it, and I
I
called
like
no
to think
attention to it.
I like to think it's not in the basement because you've been using it like in public and on your off days. It's your main hat.
Yes. Yes, it would be my main hat if I wore hats. This is true. Anyway, I don't
Anyway, so I guess we originally did need to do this at a brisk pace. So let me just start
Yeah.
off with the absolute most boring one, which the boring ones have to go first, and it's not something that is even fun or like really Weishi related. And
Yes.
if you look here in the doorway to the kitchen, you can see it just hanging out right there in the corner. You see that bit? You see that blob, that white block right there?
An air conditioner. An air conditioner. An air conditioner.
No, it is a
Is it a little tiny washer?
that's exactly what it is. It is a fully automatic little washing machine. You connect it to the sink in there, and there's the drain hose goes right in the sink. It can hold like three t-shirts and two pairs of pants, like maximum, or like a whole bunch of like socks or underwear. But when you don't have one, you don't really realize how much not having a washer really fucking sucks. Having to do like one trip a week for laundry was really starting to kill me. So I got that,
Now you just do one load every day for those 7 days, and then you'll finally just keep
which
that perpetually going.
which is what it feels like because there is a backlog. You know, there's a backlog of games and movies. Well, it's a backlog of laundry at the moment. Because yeah, that is very true. And then at the same time, like that fucking thing was $230. Okay. If you want to put in a dryer at the same time, it costs just as much. You can buy little mini dryers also. So instead, I have a very rustic drying rack. That's what it goes on. Or like if I have like 12 t-shirts and I'm able to clean at one time, they all go on hangers and they go up on like the um like in the shower on the curtain rod up there. So, yes, it's very convenient, but it is a tiny little washer. And that thing is heavy as fuck. It's like 50 pounds. It's crazy. But there were other ones I could get that were like semi-automatic, like this fully automatic rifle, semi-automatic, whatever. I had to go fully automatic to where you would
What
have
is
to
the
like
definition of a semi-automatic washer?
so
Has like a
it'll
crank.
no, you still plug it into the wall, but you have to manually like you got to press a dial to drain all the water out, and then you got to reconnect it to put the water back in. With this one, you just turn the hose on and then you just call it a day. So I didn't really feel like dealing with that. And I mean, I've been looking at this thing since last year, like before I moved in, and I really should have got it like when I was still a rich man. That's not the case anymore. So it took me a year to like really get fed up with enough to get one, but that's the most boring one, but I did have to show it off at least. It's pretty cool though. I'll show a little video of it, I guess, because that's what the people really want.
Yeah, definitely what they want.
This shirt cleaned in the washing machine. There you go. There's the review here, people.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Does the building have a washer?
It does, but it's $3 to wash and like $3 to dry. And there's one in the basement, and the dryer sucks so bad. It never dries on the first go around. You got to do it again. And like, you know how our uniforms, especially like with my job at work, my uniform can get really filthy. So that's basically the biggest catalyst too. Because it was either that or buy three more shirts and three more pants, and by that point you're at half of the what the damn thing costs.
How much rice and soy sauce do you think that thing can take before it finally shuts down?
There is a little filter in there that I do clean every time that I use it. And I have not seen a rice grain in there yet.
Shocking. That's because Lucas eats it. You know, like, have you ever seen the thing where it's like, it's quite genius, actually. It's like a cone, and you eat your tacos over the cone, and at the bottom of the cone, you put a taco shell that's empty.
What?
And, you know, because when you eat a taco, like, it falls apart.
So
And so this
uh,
taco shell will
a
catch
fu
all those pieces that you're dropping, and then you have a whole new taco when you're
like
finished.
a funnel waste taco.
Yes,
I have never heard of such a thing. I bet you it exists.
it does.
I thought you were just being funny,
No,
but
no, there's an actual like a photo and stuff of it. You can buy it. It's genius. It's literally like somebody invented it. It's because every time you eat a taco, stuff falls out of it. And so this just catches all of it for you.
kind of reminds me loosely of like the pizza pocket thing that you it was like a lanyard over your neck and you put the slice of pizza in this like plastic container. You can just keep the pizza on your neck. Just grab it whenever you need it.
I don't know if that's like that at all, but thanks for the story, Grandma. Anyway, so basically what Lucas does is he scrapes off all those rice grains and puts them into a pot, and then at the end of the month, you have dinner.
I know we're approaching the end of the month. You see all the pots on that stove? I was cooking a lot of rice.
If there's anything I know, it's rice is expensive. Anyway, so you showed off something that is you know, a necessity, you could say, right?
Sure.
I also have something that's a necessity.
Uh-huh. What the fuck? Oh, oh. So instead of a popcorn bucket, it's a drink container this time. There's a straw coming out of the top of it.
There's
No.
it's three things. It's so first off, I had to get it. I got it when I saw Fantastic Four.
Look how big
It's
and stupid it is. It's fucking awesome.
I know. I know. I've had to keep it. It's been in the way in my room for the last month and a half. Anyway, so it's Herbie, the robot, the standout character of the movie by far. And I saw somebody with it when I was leaving, and I thought, what? What? No, man, we're not. No, I was like, what? Where'd you get that? That's awesome. And they had a ton of them still because nobody wanted it, I'm pretty sure, but whatever. So yeah, I discovered everything it can do afterwards. Like at first I was like, well, it's a popcorn container, right? It's a popcorn
Hmm.
bucket, right? This thing has like lights and sounds on it too. Where's
Good luck washing it. I mean, obviously you're not going to be using it for eating out of. You're like, joke's
no.
on you. I already have. You turn it around, it's full
Yeah,
of butter.
exactly. Um, it has like oh, there we go.
Oh, oh, Jesus Christ. This wasn't no $40 popcorn bucket. What was this? At least 60, 65?
You hear
N-
it?
No. I figured you
Oh,
were
okay.
trying to make it talk, but it's not gonna pick anything up.
Um, uh, background noise suppression.
There, I can hear.
Everything. I hate you.
That's a long audio clip.
I was waiting for my entry point.
I can just
Anyway,
imagine you in the theater, like you hear that very auditorily loud like sip from, the drink glass, and you're playing the audio clip the second that they do just like that, and then you play the clip in sync with the movie, and you're just laughing to yourself, and everybody hates you in the theater.
oh, and you could have the projector going as well.
Yeah, that's the coolest popcorn bucket ever. That thing's pretty awesome.
Anyway, um, how many times have I said anyway? If it's a drinking game, I'm sorry, but you're dead now. This is a little floppy, this one. A little bit. A little bit. Anyway, it has fallen over 3 times.
Ah, he's a bit top heavy.
It's a little top heavy. Damn. I don't know. I just have to tighten that a little bit. But anyway, as for the features, I mean, I showed you some of them already. It plays beautiful music as well as shows the Fantastic Four logo. But yes, it is a cup. I'm gonna try not to break this thing. There's some way that this opens up.
With all the electronics in the head, that's exactly where I'd want to put
I know. I know. It's weird. I'm fairly certain it opens up. I thought so, at least. I think I opened it before on accident when it fell over.
it opened itself on accident when it
Son
fell
of a
over.
bitch. It's on there really tight. Hmm. Oh, I'm such an idiot.
You just twist it over.
It screws off.
Oh.
I'm
Well,
like
yeah, you got to keep the
trying to pry
soundboard and the
it.
projector light, intact when you put your Chucky, Chucky punch in there.
Yes. So I'll give you a side view here. It's like a little water canteen.
Very cool.
Yep. All right, so let's put that back on there. Don't damage yours at home.
Brandon does it, so you don't have to.
Yes, exactly. I'm the popcorn critic. Anyway, So that's where you put your drink, right? And you think, hey, where do I put my son of a bitch? If anything, this thing is has like the hardest openings.
Yeah, so that way you don't ruin the insides. That's crazy.
Probably. So
So
where's
what,
the popcorn go,
you
you
can fit
say?
half of a kid's popcorn in that thing though?
Well, the popcorn, this opens up in the back. That just opens up right there, right? Oh my God, you just flipped down. What are you doing to me? Okay. So there's a place for your popcorn right there, amongst all the janky machinery pieces.
Now try to fist it and get your hand all the way at the bottom to get whatever popcorn is left.
Yeah, because there's definitely still popcorn that went into there. Yeah, it's impossible. Um, and then you go, well, that's nice. So I have a place for my popcorn and my drink, but where do I put my candy?
There's a chess piece that flips out too.
There is.
So you can put a fun size Snickers in there.
There you go. Little spot for your candy. This is like some genius craftsmanship here, along with a little sadism,
Sure.
because it's also a death trap. You, if you use this thing for the purpose it was intended for, you will die. That's a fact.
And it's dishwasher safe, so.
Yeah, but yeah, something tells me that's not true. So that's not shutting in. Oh, there. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, yes. I just realized my audio is still jank central, I think, isn't it?
Now that you mention it, probably still is.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, I literally suppressed everything in the background.
Good. So, $200. Who wants it? It's yours. Yeah, when I originally saw it and I was like, I must have this, I envisioned in my head that it would go right there.
He ain't gonna fit.
It might, but I'm too fearful that it's going to fall off again. I mean, it didn't fall from there, but fall again from
Yeah.
there. But yes. You could have it hold things if you want, put things in its hands, like your hand. Can you like seriously though, like yes, it's pretty cool. But can you actually picture a kid like drinking from this?
No, because it would.
And
I just imagine somebody at AMC like trying to finagle it under like the pop machine to get them their drink. They're like getting the scooper. They can't get any popcorn in the back of it.
they're one step ahead of you, Lucas.
Oh God. With
Head comes
all the
off.
electronics still in the head part, but whatever. I mean, that's so funny. I mean, clearly anybody that buys these are, I would say, 9.9 out of 10 times an adult collector, but there's going to be that one off chance of a kid who's going to use that and then die of electric shock.
Yeah, you know what's funny too is that the character of Herbie, you would think that, well, he's a robot, right? He probably has an antenna sticking out of his head. No, no, he doesn't.
Now, this one's the function over form as opposed to
Exactly.
earlier.
Exactly. Yeah, theirs at the theater, they had them doing all cute things, like holding candy and like its head sitting like this,
But what they didn't show you is it falling over the 20 times they did to get it in that position.
Yeah, well, I thought that I could do that, like with the head. Like, I'm like, oh, that must be a feature because that's how they have it at the theater, that it's looking at you like this, right?
They just ghetto rigged
Uh,
it.
no, no. If you do this for a prolonged period of time, the head will fall off. You have to actually put it on and screw it. That's what she said. Yes.
Good shit. It is pretty
So
cool though. I mean, all jokes aside.
just as just as functional, just as important, just as needed, just as necessary as an at-home washer.
They look pretty similar.
It is true. It is true.
Very, very good.
I don't know where I'm gonna put this thing in the meantime. Like, and I don't know why I said meantime either. Like, what is this thing's time to shine? Like, what day is it waiting for?
He's not. He had to
Let me
come out now.
rephrase. I don't know where I'm gonna put this thing until the end of its days, but I knew I'd regret it if I didn't.
Yeah, it is pretty cool though. Reminds me of like Rob the robot. You know, the NES robot.
Yeah. Yeah, that was probably an inspiration for it. Continue.
All right, so I do have quite a few more things to get through here, but I was with some of my family on my birthday, and my aunt randomly mentioned that she had an old Apple Watch SE sitting in her closet, which
Yeah.
up until today, this was the newest Apple Watch SE. They just announced an SE 3 today, and they just announced AirPods Pro 3 today after like 4 years. There's finally an update. So whatever. This thing just got what's the word I'm looking for? This got obsolete today. But my other watch is a Series 3. For context, they're on Series 11. So my old Apple Watch is severely old. It couldn't really even
That's
get through a whole day.
disgusting.
So, oh, yeah, I know. But for something that only is like for texts and it was for working out when I lost weight like 5 years ago, which is null and void now at this point, I never cared. There's he went away. Hold on. I never cared to upgrade my Apple Watch, and to be fair, I wasn't going to either. But hey. And Conan O'Brien is going to be playing a potty training toy in Toy Story 5. Can't wait. You know what tablet's going to be the main villain of Toy Story 5?
That true.
Yes, there was a teaser trailer that was played at the Disney Expo within like a week ago. And yeah, Bonnie becomes completely obsessed with this iPad type toy.
I now that you phrased it like that, that actually does make a lot of sense. I'm now on board with it because
We'll
that's
see
what
what they
kids
do.
do. Kids play with iPads.
We'll see what
Yeah,
happens.
it's weird. Your one sentence made me go from rolling my eyes to actually thinking like, huh, that actually makes sense.
Makes sense. I have no hope. But anyway, that's that. So, sure. Anyway, that was just not like necessarily boring per se, but that one I who gives a shit?
Very good.
You
Everything
love
pales
that
in
thing.
comparison to this
I was
thing
gonna say you can't put him down.
because I don't know where to put them. That's ultimately the issue here. And
You put
also
him
the arm makes me angry.
you put him off to the right or the left on the ground, out of the way, and then remember that he's there when you're done.
Unfortunately, the ground is cement, so, I can't. It'll scrape it up. Okay. So here's a just a quick one. You already knew that I got this. I got it a long time ago. Shows you how long it's been since we recorded an episode.
At least
But it's the
2 months.
Jeremy Irons Alfred
Hmm.
figure.
How many Jeremy Irons Alfred figures are there? Not many, I would assume.
Just one. Yes. Look at that sexy bitch.
That's good shit. The
Yeah,
background of it's
there
nice.
wasn't ever one made until McFarlane made this one. And I was like, that's my favorite Alfred.
Yeah.
So, gotta do it.
Huh.
My favorite Batman and my favorite Alfred
Good
together.
shit.
Yep. And then James Gunn had to come along and ruin my life.
And he will never be forgiven for that.
Nope.
Mm-mm,
It
mm-mm.
was a ruby the size of a tangerine. Your turn.
All right, so I'm gonna do one thing out of order because the suspense is terrible and I don't hope it'll last. But this is some like absolute breaking development, like as of today, breaking development. So I was perusing around the local mire and they started putting up their Halloween stuff. And a part of me was like, you've already kind of got enough Halloween shit. You don't need to go over there. But I have to go check it out anyway. And I go to like the little shitty mask section. They got a really ugly, like vacuform Pennywise mask. There is a singular What's Up mask. There was about 7 or 8 of like the new old EU Ghostface masks. So it seems that the Ultra White's phased out. But there was one hang tab thing next to it. There was one left. And they are doing EU fluorescent about this, but this was the only one that they had. It's not the best looking one. There's a few issues, but trust me, if there was more, I would have gotten you some. But
Holy shit. I did not know. That's
yeah, and I
fucking
think it was just
awesome.
was it last year, the year before? I'm like, oh, I'll just get the ultra white one because it's green. It looks like Stab. They'll never make a vinyl version, but it is the vinyl one. It's got the plastic insert in it also, so it did retain the shape pretty decently. But I
Yeah.
did want you to know that I don't know how if they're going to be easy to find because clearly it wasn't, but it was just a real random thing. I'd been to Walmart twice since they put out their Halloween stuff, and the only
Mm-hmm.
ghost face I saw was the regular EU. So I don't know if Spirit is carrying these. As far as I know, they're not on their website, but also as far as Spirit is concerned, there was a ghost face mask. I didn't see it listed on the website. I think it just came on the website a few days ago, but somebody like made a video walking through a Spirit and there is a new Ghostface mask that is a hockey mask. And I'm like, well, I kind of want that too, but I haven't seen any of those in person at all. So those are the two Ghostface masks of 2025 that I'm interested in. And I did have kind of a cool like Ghostface blacklight costume that uses like the 25th robe, so it's, thicker and not as. I'm actually recording now.
Okay. So what was the last thing you said?
About the blacklight reactive Ghostface costume that it could probably look cool because it does use the 25th robe, but how many black lights am I going to have outside? Do I need another Ghostface robe?
Yes.
It'd be cool if they sold the mask separately, but anyway,
Anyway, so if somebody doesn't know what just happened, there was Lucas was kicked off, forcibly removed from the Zoom room.
The Zoom room.
So I don't know. We're starting up again. It's I don't know,
Yeah, it's like 15 minutes later,
30,
almost 20 minutes later.
20 minutes. Yeah. Okay. So you went last then.
Yes.
Let's see here. So I was at I think I got this at Second and Charles. I was at Second and Charles a while ago. This is one of the older ones that I got, and it immediately caught my attention, and I was like, I need it.
Yeah, I
And
saw it off camera. Holy shit, it's huge.
that's what she said. Yeah, it's they released two of them over the years, and I used to have the first edition of the Matrix comics, and it was like two graphic novels, and this is comprising both of those, as well as a couple
Mhm.
extra goodies in there. 28 original stories set in the world of the Matrix. So, uh, I like.
Very cool.
It was it was a little bit expensive, but that's fine.
Well, it
That's
does look
fine.
brand new and it is sealed, so that is
Yes,
cool.
yes.
Well,
I
when you
haven't
were
opened
holding it
it
up,
yet.
like when you were holding it off to the side, you can just see it like anyway, you get the idea. You could just see like just the Matrix, and I thought it was like a novelization of the movie or something because you've been able to get a lot of novelizations from Second and Charles, it seems. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. I didn't know they had that. And then you pull out this bad boy. Does
Yeah,
look pretty cool.
I don't know if they have ever done a Matrix novelization. I don't think so because I've never seen it. But that'd be cool. Your turn.
Very cool. What are we doing next? So all right, I guess we'll do this next. So do you remember, obviously you remember the little 3DS keychain that I got out of that
Yes.
blind box thing? Well, I got this right here. Check this out. It's like a Universal Monsters capsule thing. It
Hmm.
was from Meyer, and it had a bunch
Yeah.
of actually like so I
You
love
know about the Halloween 2 ones, right?
I don't know if there's something that's like about them, but I there was like Halloween 2, there's a Chucky one, and then there was this one. And I'm a sucker to get these, but before I go through some of the various contents, is there something I should know about the Halloween 2 one?
It was like a big deal in
Really?
2020. I think it
Oh,
was
okay.
when
So it was a re-release, obviously, then
they
this
were
year.
first released. Yeah, yeah, this is the third release of them, I think. And yeah, I mean it was they were very hard to get initially, and now you can see them pretty much
Actually,
everywhere.
yeah, isn't that what you just said? Third edition, right there.
Yep. Yes, indeed. So yeah, maybe it was 2022. Something tells me 2020 though, because I remember we were all at
Like during
home
COVID.
and it just felt like that period of time. But they're like little trinkets and stuff, like keychains and
Yeah, I was pretty shocked that like seven, I don't know how many items are in here, but let's just say there's 10. It was like seven out of the 10 things that I like legitimately would use. Like they're these cool like Wolfman laces. This is exactly the reaction that I thought you'd have was to laugh about it. But I think they're fucking dope. Here we go. We got Frankenstein's monster keychain, which there they go. The own brain is perpetuating the lie that his name is Frankenstein. I love it. Absolutely love it. Got my boy Drac.
that's a shitty Dracula. They didn't have the Bela Lugosi license, obviously.
Yeah, they have their own like separate thing because I think you can still get some
Because that was the
Lugosi
Boris
stuff.
Karloff Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah, here we got it right here. Yeah, he's all over the place.
Yeah, you know what I have learned, by the way?
What is
Remember
that?
how we bitched about like the Universal Monster Land or whatever?
Yeah, yeah.
You know why Dracula looks the way that he does?
Something to do with the Lugosi estate.
They refuse to grant them permission to
Wow,
use his
so
likeness.
everybody else gets it but him. That's absolutely awful.
And his estate owns like things that you never would believe that they own. Like just the standard look of Dracula, like the whole like slick back hair and like the like just all those things that you think of when you think of
There you go.
Dracula.
There's more of the actual literal perfect classic Frankenstein's monster right there as a fucking eraser. You can't get much better than that. I
Yep.
mean, like to be fair though, every time NECA does like anything, they almost knock it out of the park. You know what I mean? Get a little. This is a mummy magnet, and so there you go. That's the Boris Karloff mummy. So I guess to your point, right? Which is the classic. But then you have this though for Dracula again, which actually is definitely not a bad bracelet.
It's almost the font for the Gary Oldman movie.
Yes, that's pretty much exactly what it
It
looks
says
like.
TM trademark next to it, so it actually might be.
I you know what? I guess it would have to be because can you really trademark Dracula?
Maybe. I guess not. I would say no because it's owned by
By nobody?
nobody. Huh?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's got to be owned by nobody.
Yep.
Anyway,
Anyway.
though
Um,
after this though, I have two more clusters to show off and then we're good, but they kind of got a lot of shit in them, so I guess we shall attempt to speed runner from here after our glitch.
hmm.
I didn't mean to get so fixated on some of these little trinkets. I do love this pin though. I'm gonna have to put
I
it on
mean,
my bag.
I guess the next thing I should show off is this. Anyway.
Oh, here. While you're getting whatever you get, look at this coin that I found on a table at work. I don't know what this currency is
It's for an
or what
arcade.
it's from an arcade, but
Yeah.
really, is that why it has whatever this is on it?
I mean, it says 1 kilometer. What am I supposed to be reading here?
I don't know. It's just this weird coin that I found. Anyway,
I guess it might be from a different country because it looks like it's like Ukrainian or Russian writing or something on there.
it looked like the table might have been foreign. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's pretty cool. I kept it as a souvenir.
Very good.
Now, what did you
Very
grab to
good.
show off?
Yes. Maybe it's a Russian arcade.
That sounds like so much fun.
It does. Come into our arcade is good time. If you win, we beat you to death. Come on in, it's fun.
Yeah.
So this is the movie round, and starting off with the only non-steel book of the bunch, I did tell you that I got this. It was the Jason
Yes.
X Arrow video and Warner Brothers. Um, Obviously it's still sealed because this is Halloween season, baby. This is garbage. Okay. This is as good as a drink coaster this time of year, but I'm
Yeah,
getting ahead of myself here. Um, the
I
original
agree.
price of this thing because I got the Jason Goes to Hell. I got the remake a year ago when that released from Arrow. Um, and I obviously am a sucker for these 4Ks from Arrow or from Shout Factory because they're beautiful. It's nothing like it, baby. So it's the only
They're
thing
good
I'll
shit.
buy that's not in Steelbook, right? Um, and I like it. I like it. So it's too bad that what is the Nightmare on Elm Street Steelbook? Is that just getting released just from the straight up Warner Brothers?
As far as I know, I don't think any
It's gonna
other
be
label is
Lionsgate.
attached to
I
it.
swear it's gonna be Lionsgate. Anyway, um, because Lionsgate seems to work with other companies that they have no affiliation with, and they'll do like the upscaling, sort of like Arrow does or Shout Factory, except
Except
Lionsgate
it's
sucks.
Lionsgate. Yeah.
Exactly. But basically, this released, and I purchased the, you know, 4K for Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday, because that was $20 on Amazon. And then I kept seeing this advertised, and it was like, "You want this too? Huh? Huh?" That's what
Hmm.
Amazon said to me. You want this too? It's $40. And I was like, "No." No, I don't.
No, we're not.
And then all of a sudden, no, man, we're not. All of a sudden, one day it just was $20. And I went, okay.
Well, good thing you
So
held out then.
then I pulled the trigger on it
Because that
and
movie
we
does
have it.
suck ass. I watched it
Now I
like two
have
months ago. It's terrible.
it's
It's
moving
so
back.
bad.
It's starting at the first one and not the first one, the latest one and moving back. So now I have three of them. Again, remake, this one, Jason Goes to Hell. Soon I will have the whole Arrow collection, which is going to be a hard pill to swallow because I also have them on Steelbook, but they're Blu-ray Steelbook. So then it's going to be an even harder pill to swallow when I buy them on 4K Steelbook, probably from a different company. I don't even want to talk
I,
about it. It's not even good. I mean, it's not bad. Don't get me wrong. Not this. We're not talking about this, but the series as a whole, right? It's not
yeah,
like terrible, but it's not the best one of the big three. It's the worst one of the big three. Why do I have to
which
buy so
is
many copies?
exactly, which is which is why I don't and why I own Jason X and Jason Goes to Hell on the DVD double pack that cost me like $6.
Well, there's no excuse for that. Don't try to jump on this. No, no, no. No, get off. Um, because they are gorgeous looking. And I do have the original on 4K Steelbook. So, you know. Luckily, in the Blu-rays though, the furthest I got was part four. So I didn't like buy all of them, you know?
There you go.
Exactly.
I mean, you'd sell them off anyway, though. You cut your loss.
I do. Yes, Halloween is starting to do that though, because I have, so many Steelbook versions of Halloween, and now they're releasing the first one again on Steelbook. I
Yeah,
mean,
I saw that on Amazon that you
it's
could
like the
pre-order it.
fifth iteration of a Steelbook and the third of a 4K Steelbook.
I know, and
So
it's I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, it's the exact same thing as the like the hardcover slipcover one that I got like 3 years ago.
I don't know.
Like it's just the same Scream Factory release. It's still that 4K with like two or three discs. Three discs. Yeah, it's three discs.
That I don't know. Um, I don't know. I
If
don't
not, that'd
know.
be a waste.
They do stuff all the time where they like, for instance, this is not Shout Factory, but they released the entire Jurassic Park slash Jurassic World set on Steelbook after Dominion came out.
Uh-huh.
And I bought it, of course. And a year later, they released 4Ks that were better. So those were inferior versions because they did like a new scan of a new, like 30 millimeter whatever print or something that they found and of all of them. And
Well,
so now the
we've been talking
4Ks that came
about.
out this last year are like the best of the best. And I watched a stupid video that made me cry myself to sleep that compared the ones that I have compared to the new ones. It's not like a night and day difference, but it's
Sure.
enough of a difference that I now hate myself. So to
Well,
answer your previous question, I don't know because I would say no, it's probably the same, but it's also probably not. So I don't know. And one 4K is not created equal, right?
yeah. I mean, as long as it's Scream Factory, I would assume it's
It's
mostly the same
good.
thing.
It's good. I don't know if it's the same though. Anyway, um, I got this. I might have shown it off already, but it was in my pile of stuff that I haven't shown off yet, so
Let's see.
we'll see. But this came from Zavvi. It was, you know, UK exclusive, kind of like the Elvis when I got Elvis Steelbook. When I got Elvis Steelbook, like that, that was a UK exclusive or whatever, which is weird because you would think that this one would have it too, but it didn't. And it's the monkey.
Huh. I would have thought that would have got a steelbook release in the US.
You would think so. But yes, one of the best movies of the year. It is as it sits right now, it's like number three on my top 2025 list.
No, that is a high
So,
score.
huh?
I said that is a high up there score.
Yep. I loved it. So good. Something that's not on my top of 2025 list, but still was enjoyable, was Final Destination Bloodlines.
So, what did you end up paying for that? Because I saw it was listed on Amazon and the initial listing for it, and I know they generally go down in price like 80% of the time. It was on there for like $50.
It might have been
Mm. Because I saw
because
that and I was
steelbooks,
like, holy shit. I
that's
haven't
kind
bought a
of the
steelbook in a
price.
little bit, but good Lord.
Unfortunately, that's kind of the price that steelbooks have been ever since the tariff thing happened.
I knew, I mean, because ha I pretty much every single 4K I guess made in Mexico. So
Yeah, it could be. I don't know.
I always see it on like the cellophane in the
Yeah,
back. So
sometimes they get, that's why I'm looking at the cellophane right now. I don't know. I don't know. Um, but here's an older movie, though a classic, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
I love the box art for that. I think that's a really good like art choice. It looks great. It's a
You
good
know,
looking
it
steelbook.
got massive heat.
Really? I think it looks great. It's so
Yeah,
funny.
people
It's
hated it
crazy.
generally.
Well, what do you think then? You're a big Ace Ventura
I
fan.
think it's okay. Um, the main reason for it is because the character of Ace Ventura is actually the movements Jim Carrey based off of a dove. So
Mm.
that's the main reason for that, because the
Yeah, makes sense.
that.
So there you go.
So
If you're a massive fan, then
yeah, I
you
was
should
told
enjoy the
this
nod, right?
by the guy that I get the steelbooks for, because I he got one of these
Ah,
too,
okay.
and he told me that because he was like, "What the back?" This was months ago when I first pre-ordered it, and he asked me what I thought about the art, and I said I think it's fine, and then he's like, "I love it because of this," and he told me that. Um,
Good
Now
shit.
this just arrived today, and it's a very nice steelbook. It has embossing to it. And what's even better about it, it's a new steelbook for, you know,
That's for yeah, Jurassic Park.
Jurassic
Or
World
Jurassic
Rebirth.
World. Yeah.
Um, Fantastic movie, by the way. But this is embossed or debossed rather, right here.
Ah.
And debossing and embossing. Usually it costs money. It's a big process. So, I don't think I said it. This was $30.
I mean, obviously it's a 4K.
Yeah. And like I said, brand new, just arrived today. So, and again, embossing and debossing is a process, even though that's a small part there. Like
Sure.
they put effort into this is the point, and that kind of stuff usually drives up the price. So, I don't know. I can't speak on it. It's like cereal. Sometimes you'll find a box of cereal that's not even the family size, and it's $7.
Yeah,
And you're like,
cereal prices are
what the
they're
hell is that?
astronomical and absolutely ridiculous. It
And then you
makes
go to Walmart
zero
and you
sense.
find the family size box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch and it's 350. And you're like,
Well,
what?
okay.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
good. So that's what steelbooks are now. It's like cereal. Your turn, Sally.
All right. So I guess we're at second to last here. So it's a very strange pivot here, going from, all those movies you just talked about, your whole rant about how much you hate that you had to rebuy all these movies, about the newest 4K scans looking as good as humanly possible, X, Y, and Z. Well, I did tell you the other day that Trash Depot did have their 50-cent DVD sale.
I thought that was a joke.
No, I was absolutely dead serious. Like, I got a text saying that at the two locations that I go to, all unmarked DVDs are going to be 50 cents. So I'm like, I might as well go in there and see what I feel like buying.
I'd have to be
And
paid more than 50 cents to buy them.
we're going to insert, the right here.
Oh, it's not a
But
joke.
hey,
Yes.
if I mean, I've always said that if there's movies that are super duper cheap on DVD that I'm really don't have any reason to upgrade to the Blu-ray, or if it's just there, and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes my retail therapy kicks in and I just enjoy to buy things because they're cheap. But I did get a stack of some DVDs from Disc Replay, and we are not gonna go through them one by one. Um, but we will put them up in a pile and go by some of them.
Okay.
Why do you seem so disturbed?
My first thought was put that back up.
What, the original stack?
Yeah. My first thought was looking at that Ocean's 11 deserves 4K.
Uh-huh.
The rest it doesn't matter. But that one, I mean, come on.
Yeah. I mean,
Come
I
on.
haven't watched it in I don't know how many years, ever since I watched it with my dad when I was like 10. But here's the other. Seems like it's got a pretty damn killer cast. And this movie, Jesus Christ, is full of like heavy hitters.
Have you never seen Red Dragon? What? I that's shocking. Not only have I seen Red Dragon, I read Red Dragon.
I feel like you've talked about that at some point,
I don't
now
think
that you
so.
mention it.
But it's the prequel to Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, for the late great Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's the same story as a movie that came out called Manhunter. It was the original Hannibal Lecter movie, but Anthony Hopkins does not play Hannibal Lecter in it. Instead, Brian Cox does. And it's the Tooth Fairy, and Will Graham is tracking down the Tooth Fairy and needs Hannibal Lecter's help. And it was the first book in that series. So, I mean, it was
Hmm.
adapted as well as the in the first season of the Hannibal TV show on NBC. Pretty notable
So
movie there.
the next thing you show off is the steelbook version.
No, that would be funny. I don't they've kind of neglected that series. They have like Blu-rays of them, but like
Blu-ray
Silence of the
steelbooks
Lambs of
or
course
just
got Steelbook.
Blu-rays? Oh,
But yeah, I mean, I don't know how many heavy hitters are in the movie though. There's Edward Norton, there's Ray Fiennes, and Anthony Hopkins.
here, we'll just pull the thing up. Here, we'll read it together again.
Harvey Keitel. Oh, that's right, Philip Seymour Hoffman. Nobody cares about Mary Louise Parker or Emily Watson. Does that say Emily Watson?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Yeah, nobody cares. Ray Fiennes is good as the Tooth Fairy, though, I will say. Um, Video game round. There's only three of them. And I don't know if I should start with the first one I acquired, but it's also the best one, unfortunately. I'll make people wait. So I got this. You know it.
Yeah,
It is a side scroller 16-bit game, and
it had a whole saga behind it.
it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Um, I've been enjoying it. My attention has kind of shifted at the moment to other things, but I will be back. Don't you worry. I will be back. This other one here, I kept on getting like sh shorts recommended to me showing this game, and I kind of forgot about it. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember back when that game was available on iOS. And so I downloaded the first episode of it because it was a Telltale game.
Mm.
And it was one of the very few Telltale games I've never played. And it completely just evaded my attention that they did release it on PS4. And I was like, well, I don't even want to look into this and see how expensive it's going to be because when they went out of print, it got a little pricey, but I managed to find a sealed one. Now it's not in great condition and the disc is rattling around inside, and I
Mm.
will open it. It's not that important to me because I do want to play it. Um, for relatively cheap though. It was like $50
Damn.
because everything else you see, like non-sealed ones, 80, $90, 100,
Yeah,
you
I've
name it.
seen like I think like a 360 and PS3 version a few times at Trash Depot. But I'm
Yes.
assuming this is like, a remaster that's on PS4,
Mm-hmm.
obviously.
Yeah, the 30th anniversary edition.
Very good.
Yes. Came out in, I don't know, 2015. That tracks because now it's 40 years this year. And that was the year. That was the year of Back to the Future 2015 because that was the year that Marty goes to in the second movie is
Oh, actually,
2015.
there you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true.
So, yes. And finally, the best. I have not played this yet. I was so excited
Oh,
for it.
oh,
I
I see it.
purchased this a year ago and it arrived like a month ago. So, I mean, it took a long time because there originally was not a physical version of it that existed. Then there was, and then it's like, well, this is a special steelbook edition. And I said,
Oh,
ooh, sign me up. I wanted to get it anyway.
Good shit.
Yep.
Is it through limited run, I'm assuming?
No. Night Dive Studios.
I mean, not the like the
No, I know.
developer.
I know.
Oh,
It would say it on the side. It's Night Dive Studios.
I feel like I've never heard of them.
Yeah.
Strange.
And Atari. In fact, I believe I got it from the Atari store. Again, I
Is
had to pre-order it and put up all the money for it a year ago.
That's crazy.
So I just was
How much
waiting.
was it?
Um, $80?
It
Yeah.
probably comes with a poster and some cards and some collectible shit.
Yeah, it says steelbook case, poster, Blake ID card, and so on patches. What's funny is 144 frames per second. That's crazy. Anyway, there is a character in the game that briefly shows up from time to time that is the character model is based on John Carpenter.
You said what?
The character model is based on John Carpenter.
Mm.
So basically, when you see a walrus show up that talks to you, John Carpenter. I don't think he did the voice of the character, but the character model is based off of him. It was in the original version of it too for PS2, but they just enhanced it, make it look even more like him in this
Good
version.
shit.
But I know that as soon as I start playing it, it's gonna take up, it's gonna make just engross all my time and energy into it. So that's
Something
what
that
I've
you
been
got to really
holding off.
save so that you can literally savor it.
Yep. Just
Yeah,
like
because I
Indiana
mean,
Jones.
you're gonna play it for a month straight.
More than that.
More than that, sister.
Do you have anything else?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's my last cluster, and in fact,
Okay.
we will have to speed run it because I was just thinking a minute ago. There's still these big ticket items to show off. I figured I would save the best for last.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, before I just go on a rampage and finish off here, what do you have left other than to talk about Oasis?
Um, two items.
Okay. So, I mean, I might as well just go then and finish this off. Mm, mm,
Mm-hmm.
mm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, you know what I was talking about like a month ago, and how I missed my chance to get that one animatronic that I really wanted to get.
I don't
And
know. You
that
say so many things that I tune out.
this is true. This is
No, I
true.
know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The thing that you want to turn into Linda Blair.
Exactly. So it was on sale on the website for probably like 3 weeks, and I was just waiting and waiting. I didn't pull the trigger, and then all of a sudden it was out of stock. And then all of a sudden there were a couple spirits that were opening up. They didn't have them at these couple spirit Halloweens. So as Brandon was telling me in the dish room that I was pretty much shit out of luck, I said, "Oh, I'm just hoping for a restock." And he goes, "Yeah, dot 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 next year, you missed your chance." Well, I uh I actually got it right here. They had it at one of them. I called. Well, I didn't call. Like the guy was super duper nice about it. He called a couple places. He eventually found one. I didn't have to drive like too far out of the way, but I did end up getting it that day. So here's the box. I do have it set up in the corner, in fact. So here's the issue with it though. So these this spirit prop or just spirit props in general, right? They're made of plastic. They're super duper cheap. So obviously the first thing I did, I took it out of the box, put it
You fucked
together.
it.
Well, yeah, Brandon said that after Halloween it can double as a sex doll. And that's a direct quote.
And during.
Ugh. But I put the whole thing together, of course. I put the mask on it. I let it go back a couple times. It looked honestly good as fuck. It looked really, really good. But gravity being what it is, on the way down,
I
it
see
really,
the mask falls off.
not that it falls off,
Mm.
but so we're gonna go upskirt here for a second. This is literally just all plastic, as you can
Yeah.
see. So,
Oh, like the thing itself got damaged.
it did not get damaged, but when it went down, no problems. But on the way back up, if I would listen, it really sounded like it was kind of having a hard time resetting. And right when I noticed that, and I did it like 4 times with the mask on, uh, I decided I wasn't going to do it again because I didn't want to damage something that cost $180. I did get the 20% off coupon, so
Yeah.
I did get it with the discount. I did get it in store.
So you're telling me that this item is made so poorly that a mask that weighs like 1 ounce is enough to throw it off to the point that it can't get back up.
Oh no, it can get back up and it does, but I'm too afraid of frying the motor on it because you can just hear that it's eventually going to have a problem.
I
And
mean, it already has a problem. It's a spirit item.
I again, there you go. But
Um, I don't know. You like looking into shit and finding stuff out. Look into putting a better servo into it.
yeah, you know what? It's funny you say that because when I did Google some of the issues, that's exactly what people said. They said that you can replace it
Oh
with
yeah.
different and better
And they're
parts.
cheap as shit. The problem is you just have to know what you're doing. You can get like the best of the best like animatronic servos for next to nothing off of eBay or Amazon or whatever.
This is the part where you tell me this is like your side hustle and you know all about
That would be amazing. I
it.
wish. If kind of freaks me out like when I see like servos and all the wires and stuff that comes off of them and all that, it just I'm like, oh God. But that mask weighs almost nothing.
Oh God, she's a little loud. I'm sure you can hear it all. There you go.
Yeah. So this is the first thing, Lucas. The hair, because there's hair on the mask, right?
Yeah, there's hair on the mask.
The hair has to go on the
I already knew.
actual thing.
I mean, I already knew that from the get-go, but this hair, like, that's not going to contribute. I mean, it's
It's
some weight,
if
but I wouldn't
that
think
the
it's
weight of
that.
that mask does enough where it sounds like there's strain on the motor, then that hair would play a part in it. Because then you just imagine that now the only difference, because the hair on the mask would be a substitute for the hair on that. So now the plastic part is the only thing you have to worry about, adding extra weight.
So, I mean, I was going to rip the hair off regardless, and we'll do it again. We'll see what it is. We'll record a whole video. Maybe we'll do like a whole mini series on the whole process. And if all else fails on that again, I'm just gonna get like a brown wig. We'll gorilla glue it on there. We'll do a little bit of a paint job on there. We'll still put, you know,
That
the
Gorilla
different
Glue, too
nightgown.
heavy.
Are you being funny?
I wish.
Ah, okay. So
I mean, I
what
don't
would
know.
you
I'm kidding, but I just can't comprehend why a plastic mask that weighs 10 ounces, if that, like it's not that I don't believe you. I do, but I'm just now I'm thinking like what can you do? You know? Like glue maybe is too heavy, like I don't, who knows? I guess it's
Oh, I
trial
see
and
what you're
error.
saying. Yeah, but I mean, at any rate, it could the face is a good enough thing to work with, I guess, in terms of like a not Reagan per se, if that's the route I had to go. But the biggest thing is these teeth have to be like I gotta paint them down so that way they don't look like fangs. But
Right.
with how it is, it's not a bad base to work with. So like as upset as I am with it, it could be worse, but it still is pretty effective. It's got really good sounds and it does look creepy as shit. I've had it set up for the last like 2 weeks and I've been like really trying not to tell you about it.
Hmm.
But the thing is creepy as shit just sitting in the corner. Like I will say that.
There was like one random day where you texted me and you were saying how shitty the spirit animatronics are. Now it all makes sense. Because it was like I thought to myself, it's like, oh, he seems to have like lost all interest in this animatronic, and I guarantee you that was the day that you got it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very happy with it. It looks effective, it looks scary, but I really wish the whole I don't know. We're not Halloween season's not over yet. This is why we start in August and why we don't wait. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know.
Then we can show off the
I'm
new.
shocked to see how expensive that Reagan mask is, by the way.
Is it still $40? That's what it was last year.
It's 50.
Oof. Tariffs.
Yeah. I was trying to find out what the weight of it was, but it doesn't show.
I want to say it's at least like a quarter to half a pound. I mean, it's got a little bit of heft to it. The plastic does have some weight.
Yeah. I mean, you have options. Your options are the hair, obviously, but you do also have
The
the
hair is gonna
option
go
of pulling off the
regardless.
pieces of the plastic head because you don't need it.
I think the head is like molded into 2 feet,
Just get
but
it, take a saw to the motherfucker. But you line up those lights to make sure that the lights are shining through the actual mask size. Not that that makes sense, but may as well use it since it's there, right?
yeah,
Um, I don't know. I don't know. Trial and error, though, like I said, I guess.
yes. Though I'm definitely not done in the Halloween decoration department. So there's a few more things to show off here, and then I always say we're going to keep each other on track for a brisk pace, but then this is what happens. This is just
Yeah, it
the
wouldn't have
fates that be, I
mattered so
guess.
much anyway, though, after the incident.
The incident. DSP, the incident. If you know, you know.
Yes.
All right, so this is the last thing that I've bought so far for the year, and after that, I'm pretty much set. There are a few more things here and there, a couple odds and ends. What am
Shouldn't
I
I
hearing?
show one of mine?
Oh, okay, sure. I guess I was just riffing too hard here.
Bad lady.
Yes.
By the way, apparently that Toxic Avenger movie is really good. It's gotten almost nothing but positive reviews.
Well, that's out of left field because I would have thought it was going to be a piece of shit.
Yeah, Jeremy Johns, Cody Leach, Chris Duckman, I think they all liked it, and everybody seems to like it, and everything I've seen from it is actually surprisingly good. So, I don't know.
Well, is it still in theaters or is it one of those that got 2 days in theaters and then it's gone? Gotta wait for it to
It's
stream.
probably still in theaters, but you'd have to see it in one of the tiny auditoriums.
Mm. I mean, that's not too big of a deal. Who cares?
Eh, we're talking about Halloween. It's as good a time as any. So, yeah, I pre-ordered this the first day that I could. Not only do I have every single Michael Myers figure within reason, like let's not consider bobbleheads into the equation, okay? But actual action figure, I have every single one. It used to
That
be a
wouldn't
much
surprise
easier
me.
thing to do because there used to be only three of them for like 20 years. There was only three of them. And Rob Zombie's Halloween came out, then there became four of them. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 came out, then there was five of them. So, there was not a lot for a long time. Now there's like 2,300 of them, and it's a little hard to keep up, but I try my best. So, Halloween H2O, one of my favorites in the series. It is one of the very first ones I saw in the series, so a lot of nostalgia. And I was very excited when I saw this announced. I saw the pictures, all that kind of stuff. Chris Durand shared the link on his Facebook. Chris Durand was the guy that played Michael
Cool,
Myers in the
cool.
movie. I'm friends with him on Facebook. He does not answer my questions. What are you gonna do?
Go figure.
Um,
Well, plus the Halloween 6 figure was so badass.
it was badass. And what was most badass about that figure, Lucas?
The accessories.
Bingo. So that leads me to this figure, but I already knew I knew it had some problems because I know my very first thought was the knife isn't long enough. And I know that sounds stupid, but it's so important, especially to H2O, because that knife was a 19-inch long knife. It's obnoxiously long. It's comically long, but again, it's just one of those things about H2O. The knife is gigantic. Again, the prop is 19 inches long. I mean, it's almost a sword. So I think I made my point.
Yeah, I was gonna say, open it up,
I
show what this
figured that
knife looks like.
maybe they were gonna fix that, but nobody else was complaining about it except for me that the knife wasn't long enough. I thought some of the other accessories were kind of cool with it as well, but okay. So there's good things about it, of course. I enjoy the fact that they put a you know, little axe in there. I mean, really, it's
Cool.
Lori that uses the axe, but he does take it, pull it out of his chest, and throw it into the ground. So, that's cool. Obviously, the ice skate, which he uses off screen, but
Iconic.
still a very cool. Rest in peace, Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Jimmy!
That kind of thing is cool. Now, besides that, all you have is so there's three masks. The KMB, which is the primary mask in the movie, even though people wouldn't think so. But it's the plain looking, I look at it as the angry bully mask. It's, it's in like 85% of the movie, mostly long shots, and then all the close-ups, almost all the close-ups is the Winston mask, which is this. And then the last one that's in the close up is the CGI mask. And I actually have the CGI mask on the figure because honestly, the CGI mask looks better than the other one I was just
So is that your
holding up.
second gripe with the figure? Because that's ironic as shit.
Yes, agreed. So that's my second gripe. And not just that, and look at that knife. Come on now. Come on now. That's no good. That's like resurrection or something. I don't know. Again, when it's that specific, it's something, a very specific detail like that, you have to be on top of it. Now, it gets better. So I started to notice that NECA doesn't paint their shit anymore. It's you're probably not going to be able to tell. The details just printed on.
Yeah, you can't really tell, but
I'll take a picture where you can see it better. Um, so that's whatever. I question what the hell these smudges are. So you know it wasn't done on accident. You see that smudge by his eye?
they wipe their ass with it.
See that smudge that's like dripping down from his eye across his cheek? The CGI mask doesn't have that. And then finally, the eyes are not aligned.
They are not a lot. No,
Look at that. That was the first thing I noticed when I pulled the figure out.
that he's
And then
cross-eyed
on top
almost.
of that, it obviously fell on the ground because the plastic is scraped off on those two pieces of hair there.
Damn, NECA quality control's really down the gutter, isn't it?
Yeah.
His feet are broken. Dr. Loomis's foot is broken. Who did this? Somebody ordered this and just snapped their feet off.
I contacted them about it. I said, "Can you send me a new head?"
That's what she
And
said.
and they said, "We're looking into this issue for you. We'll get back to you." Okay, great.
They won't get back to
Um,
you.
as for positives, I mean, you see that the CGI mask doesn't have the splotches, right?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't look like they wipe their ass with the cheeks of the
No,
mask.
the eye holes just aren't big like the other one, which is unfortunate, but hey, the eyes are aligned in this one. Go figure.
Literally, go figure. Hmm?
What a story, Mark.
No damage to the back of the head. You know, I could get real nerdy about it and say, well, the CGI mask should have the hair of the KMB mask because that's what the mask was. It was the KMB mask that they CGI'd the Winston on top of. So it should have the hair of the KMB.
Oh,
It was,
you're getting real
it
nerdy with
shouldn't
it.
be the spiky hair, it should be the slicked back hair. But I'm okay with that. That's just real nerdy shit right there. This was just their way of repurposing the exact same head and going, that's an accessory, you know? Which is a cute idea, but come on, you could have come up with better accessories than this. Especially with the like, did they just run out of ideas after how good the Halloween 6 one was? Because let me show you the final one.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the fuck this is. Is it a cherry tomato? Did I pull this out of a salad? I have so many issues with this because I guess it's a pumpkin, right? I guess,
It looks
right?
like shit.
Like, what is that? And the only reason I say I guess it's a pumpkin is because NECA pumpkins have sculpted in like pumpkin lines. This doesn't have sculpted in pumpkin. This is just a thing. You know, like it doesn't even have a stem on it. But it has a little spot where you would pull out like a tab so the batteries start working.
It's the guy's lunch.
I think it is, and I think it accidentally got molded and put in there because look at like you would think like, oh, it has a tab for batteries. This is
Yeah,
a
right.
hollow piece of shit.
So it's
There's
some
nothing in
repurposed
this.
garbage from something else, if that's what it's
I
supposed to.
think they repurposed it from something else. And I don't think it was a pumpkin, obviously. And they were like, well, they won't care. Just, just paint it like a pumpkin. I stared at this for like 5 minutes last night going, what the fuck
In
is
silence
this?
and disbelief.
There's not even a part of the movie where there's a pumpkin like this in it. And this
So
takes up
what?
like valuable real estate in your package. It's big, right? So, um, fuck you, NECA. You screwed up with this one real bad. I started off low with the knife complaint, and I moved all the way up to the cherry tomato. And what's funny is
Uh-huh.
they're self-conscious about the cherry tomato because they don't brag about it on the package. Oh, they do. Actually, it says includes interchangeable heads and hands, knives, firefighter axe, ice skate, and pumpkin. I'm sorry, but that's not a pumpkin.
That's lunch. That's a cherry tomato for
And
the
like,
salad.
how
Looks like
amateurish is
shit.
it to leave the spot in where you're pulling out the battery tab? Like, you don't leave that in there. Like you cover it up somehow. And they couldn't afford like a fake little stem to glue on there for a figure that was like almost $50. I'm like getting more and more angry every time a new NECA figure comes out. So the next one's Resurrection, right? What's that gonna be? I don't even know what you eat. The doll. You got to do the doll with the nails in the eyes. You got to. I think. Why don't I work for NECA? This
And
is
Fanta.
ultimately
How
what
about
it comes
that,
down
huh?
to. Screw Fanta. I want to work at NECA. So my one positive of it, I guess, is that it comes with an axe. I like that they
Ice skates.
included a KMB head and a Winston head. And they did make a little bit of an effort to make the coveralls look a little baggy.
Yeah, I mean, looks better than the other figure.
I mean, it also kind of looks like what's going on there, but I understand what they were going for because despite popular belief, they really don't just keep using the same bodies. You would kind of think that they would, but they actually don't.
Well,
There
at
is
least
some
we can
difference
commend him for
there.
that.
What's that?
At least we can commend him for that one
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, there's some difference there at least. So like the collar is popped, like you see in the movie and um shoes are different and again the bagginess, I guess, because they are the most baggy coveralls out of the entire series in that movie. Um but that's all I can give.
Tune in next for our ranking of the Michael Myers coveralls.
uh I could do it,
I
unfortunately.
I know you could.
Okay, you had another spirit item.
Oh yeah. This is the last one I got. I have another one after that, but that one was gifted to me from my uncle, who was getting rid of a bunch of stuff, including a fog machine and some lights that I don't have yet, but I will at some point. But this was the last one I got that was out of stock for I don't know how long as well, but you hang it up and it's got a bunch of lights that go off and it violently shakes around and I have a strobe light that I put on it. Yes. And it actually is pretty damn good. It's crazy. It's like the only two spirit props that I've seen in recent years that I've actually thought were worth the money. And they're not too overpriced, they're not too expensive, they're not too cheap, but these are actually effective. And guess what? They were the only two that you couldn't get. And as of like 2 days ago, they've been in stock all day, every day. So fuck me, right?
Oh well. It will be exciting to see the Lucas Halloween extravaganza of this year.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty excited. There's one more giant one. I mean, and God, I really don't feel like lugging it over here, but I guess I will for the love of the game. But then we really got to wrap this mother up because this is one doozy of an episode. So,
Unfortunately.
is the last thing you're going to show off your t-shirt and then your Oasis experience plus the Pennywise tour?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then let me finish this up. I did get this random hanging clown thing, and I already know exactly what I'm going to do with it. So,
Throw it in the garbage.
No, the Pennywise mask is going right over the top of it, and so is the costume and the Pennywise gloves because all that looks way better than this. And it's just gonna sit right in the coffin cooler. It's just a half body, and then
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna pour all the candy in there. Maybe we'll put his legs off to the side, holding a balloon. So you got to walk up to him to get the candy. I might do it. I might not do it.
I would say don't do it. You could I say you use it for that purpose, but it sort of defeats the purpose of it to cover up what it already is. Like with that, because it's like,
Oh,
like
because Ghostface is on the back of it.
you could just get just any mannequin and put the Pennywise costume on it. Like that thing already is something.
True. And I was thinking if I did like a half thing with a Pennywise, you could put like a sewer facade underneath him, make him look like he's coming out of the sewer. That could be cool.
Sure, sure. Yes, that works.
Yes. And then here we'll go to the last thing and then you can do your thing and we'll call it a day. Oh.
Hmm.
Yeah, so my uncle
The
gave me this
Cerberus.
too. Yeah, and look at how old this one is. He claims it still works, so I have yet to plug it in, but it's such a retro spirit prop that it uses a fucking wooden board and like table legs. Like it is the cheapest looking thing I've ever seen. And like at first I was gonna text him and say, "Did you fucking like oh God, it's falling apart." Anyway, I was gonna text him and say, "Did you ghetto rig this thing yourself? Like, what am I looking at?" And then I go and look up like the original instruction manual that came with that model, and
Yeah.
nope, that's how it shipped. And there's hoses in there for the fog machine. He says he has the adapter pieces, and there's three hoses that come out of it. So hopefully, if it works, it does move its head around and has fog and lights and stuff.
Huh.
And I know it's not like one to one or anything, but I was thinking of like the dogs in Nightmare on Elm Street. What is it? It's part two, right? Where they got the funky faces.
Yeah.
Well, what if they're shackled up and Freddy's holding on to them? Give him like a little prop? I don't know. I'm just thinking of where this is all gonna go, but he just said he had
Sure.
all this free stuff, and there's absolutely no
Yeah.
way I could say
I
no.
don't think all the stuff has to be I don't think they have to be
Added into the scene with the characters.
that's a way to put
Implemented.
it. Yeah,
Oh,
they can exist as they are. You don't have to what is the word I'm looking for?
integrate.
No, but whatever. Um, it can you can have these things, as they are, as they exist. If you just have a Cerberus dog, you have a Cerberus dog.
Sure.
It doesn't matter.
See,
You don't
this is
have to make it so it's connected to Freddy.
well, this is why we do the behind the scenes work, everybody. You can see like the development right here because obviously you're going to see a full-fledged video for it when it's like all put together. We'll do like an actual good video because everybody, Halloween is on a Friday this year. We've all taken the day off months in advance, and it's going to be a good day. So, weather permitting, whenever it's a weekend, it'll be a good turnout, and it's been good the last couple of years. Which I always like. want to do something different for Halloween, like costume wise, but everybody calls it Ghostface house, you know? I guess you got to keep up the tradition.
Yeah, you just need the you know, fluorescent one, the ally costume, you could say.
No, what we're gonna do is to mix everything up. We're just gonna swap me out with Brandon. Brandon's gonna run the whole thing with his ghost face thing, and everyone's just gonna think it's not.
They'd be
Yeah.
like, "What the hell is this? This is bad."
There's a different killer every movie. It makes sense.
Exactly. They'd be like, "I
Anyway.
didn't sign up for this. This one doesn't chase after us or yell and scream obscenities. It just stands there and stares at us."
I mean, in its own way, that could be creepier.
Sure, sure, sure.
But like I said, he also had a whole bunch of lights and an extra fog machine that he said I could
Yeah, that's
also
good.
use. So do have a bunch of really cool shit, so it'll be fun. And maybe if like the weather is ever super duper good, like I've always wanted to do, is put the TV outside with the Shamrock commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Throw the kids on the ground. I think that'd be awesome. That's like the one thing I've always wanted to do. But we haven't had good enough weather in the last what 4 years to do that.
Yeah, but like I mentioned to you before, all you have to do is just get any random tube TV. You can buy them by the dozen and just
I'm pretty
rig
sure
it
that
up
you can
with
get
a
them for free
long
on Craigslist.
with a cord or whatever you do to rig it, and it doesn't matter if it gets wet because it's a piece of shit. And then, in fact, if it gets wet and damaged, it just makes your job easier because you don't have to worry about getting it back home. You just take it and you throw it at the curb.
Throw it right in the dumpster when we're done.
Yeah. I mean, you
But
go to any, thrift store, you find them by the dozen.
all right, tune in for the end of October special features where we have a new tube TV.
And when it does break ultimately, this is what you can do. You grab a baseball bat or something, you break out the screen, be very careful because the tubes inside they
They'll
can do
shock you.
things to you. I mean, there's some funky stuff that can happen inside of the TV that's old. Um, that could be a problem for your health. But that aside, you could use that half body or another half body because I'm sure it's just as easy to find one of the sort and do Samara from The Ring, climbing out of the TV. I'm here all night, ladies and gentlemen.
That ain't half bad. I'll give you some credit where credit is due. That ain't half bad.
Yep. Cindy, my TV's leaking.
Or even just like a fat old computer monitor. Yeah, I'm sure they got something.
Well, you just use the TV. You use it the 1 year for
I was gonna say, so then that
Halloween
way next
3,
year, yeah,
and then when it ultimately breaks from the weather, then you do the second idea.
not half bad, my good woman.
Yep. Yep. Anyway, uh
All right, to
this
wrap this
brings us
up,
to
Brandon
story
has an
time.
anecdote.
So yeah, I went to Toronto to see my favorite band of all time, Oasis. I had to buy the tickets secondhand. They were obnoxiously expensive, mostly because of StubHub's fees they add on to it. That was very annoying. Makes no sense why fees would be $100, but I digress. I went and I thought it was at Rogers Center, which makes sense because that's right there in the heart of Toronto. and I was checking in at my hotel, which side note, just something I want to bitch about. The thing with two heads, they always say it's, they call it a get off my lawn, and then they'll, talk about things that they hate. I cannot stand the fact that you need a credit card to check into a hotel. Doesn't matter
Oh, they
if,
say it's for some kind of liability or something, but it makes
yeah,
absolutely
it's
no
for
sense.
like insurance. They charge you and then they give the money back to you, but it's in case you steal something or damage something or whatever. And that's fine. I understand. But why won't you take cash? Like, I'll give you cash. Just give it back to me tomorrow.
A deposit, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a security deposit, I guess. So I give you cash, you give it back to me. Done deal. But I was expecting that might be an issue because when I went there in 2017, that was an issue. They wouldn't take cash. And I'm like, I don't have any cards. Well, now I do. I have debit cards though, right? I thought that would work. Why wouldn't it work? I'm like, I have the money on the debit card. Just charge the debit card. It's got to be a credit card. I don't have a credit card.
Yeah, I see where this is going. See why that could be ultimately be an issue.
And so I'm like, well, I guess I'll get a hold of my mom and maybe she can give me the number to her card over the phone or something. And so I call my mom and I hand them the phone so they can talk to her directly. And they're like, "Oh, sorry, ma'am. We can't we can't take that kind of information over the phone." It's like, that I was calling her. You know that this was the information I was seeking.
Yeah, they just didn't want to do it.
So what I had to do, because I already had paid for the room, and it's like if you want to do a security deposit, do it then when I paid for the room. Does that not just make sense? I guess not, because whatever. So long story short, and it was a long time, and I was already cutting it close before the concert began, but whatever. Not super close, but I wanted to get there early, at least 40 minutes early, just to be safe. But this whole excursion that I was not expecting, but basically I was able to input the numbers manually into the keypad, and that worked. So then I got into the room, I set my stuff down, and immediately I was on my way. But one good thing came from talking to the lady at the front desk, and that she said, like, "Oh, you're here for the Oasis concert? We just had a group of people that just left and went there." Um, she's like, "Where are you headed to?" And I'm like, "I think it's Rogers Center." And she's like, "Are you sure it's Rogers Center or is it Rogers Stadium?" And I'm like, "I don't know what Rogers Stadium is." And she's like, "It might be." And I'm like, "Okay, well, how much of a difference is that?" And she's like, "It's like a 40-minute difference
Shit.
from one to the next." And it's like, okay, great. So I looked it up. The ticket said Rogers Stadium. So it was not where I thought it was.
She
So she
saved your
saved me
ass.
on that. And she's like, "Are you gonna take the subway in?" And I'm like, "Well, I plan on just driving." And she's like, "No, no, no, that's much too far." Didn't you say the concert was at 7:30? And I'm like, "Yeah." It's like it's 6 right now as I'm talking to her. And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "No, no, no, too far." And I'm like, "According to my phone, it's like 25 minutes away." And she's like, "Really?" Like she lives there and she didn't even know. And she put her phone, she's like, "Oh yeah, 28 minutes." And I'm like, she's like, "I guess you could drive." And I'm like, "Yeah,
Uh-huh.
guess I could." So I did. And this stadium is a temporary stadium that they basically just dropped in the middle of a field. Like the area they put it into was not prepared for this amount of traffic. It's not built for this amount of traffic. It was
Woodstock.
insane. I mean, this stadium is for like the World Cup, right? And when the World Cup is finished, it's believed that the stadium will be torn down, but the area of the stadium will be turned into something permanent for soccer or something, like in the long run. But that's not what it is right now. And when I started to get into the area of this place, I mean, you have to imagine there are like 15,000 people in attendance. So that's the kind of traffic we're dealing with at the moment, on top of normal
Sure.
Toronto traffic. And the roadways are just two lanes. So just one way and the opposite way. That's it. And that's accommodating
Sounds like
all this traffic.
that sounds
I
like
was
congestion up the ass.
I was stuck in bumper to bumper traffic for such an obnoxious amount of time. I was so angry. And my Waze app kept saying, "You've arrived." And I'm like, "What do you mean I've arrived? It's literally there's a fence that you want me to like cut through the fence and then start walking to the stadium. Like this, I've arrived nowhere." And so then I was off on my own without Waze now, and I had to figure it out. And there's
In a
no
foreign
signs or
country.
anything because this thing's temporary. And so finally, I get onto the road that it looks like it's on, and I see one spot that says parking, and I'm like, okay, like I'm sure there's more, but I'm just gonna go for this one. And so I went for it, and they were like $30. And I'm like, okay, he could have said 50, and I'd be like, okay. I said, how long is the walk from here? Right? And I was really just talking about like the front gate. That's important. And he's like, about 12 minutes or so, 12, 14 minutes. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, they certainly didn't put a lot of thought into this area when they built this stadium here, did they? And he's like, no, they certainly did not. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, basically, you just go and you try to pull down as far as you possibly can into a spot and then walk from there. So I did. And yeah, the walk from my car to the gate of the property was probably 12 minutes. But then to get from the gate up to the stadium was like a 2.5 mile walk through just dirt and mud and gravel. And sure, you could take one of the rickshaws, because they had rickshaws there that were guys on bikes playing Oasis music. No joke. And
That's
I'm like,
pretty
well, I'm not gonna
fitting.
do that though. You know, like I'm able-bodied-ish, and I can see the stadium. And so I mean, it took forever. Now imagine the way out was that same distance down gravel dirt roads, but now they keep on stopping us every 5 minutes because they're afraid of people getting trampled. Because there was so many people. I showed you the
Yeah,
video.
the video
There's
is like a
so
literal
many
stampede,
people. I
almost
mean, you are just, it's like ants. It literally looks like
filing all
ants.
in.
And so they had to keep stopping us. So leaving, I mean, leaving probably took every bit of an hour and a half to 2 hours. So, I mean, insane.
Yeah, everything but the concert sounds like an absolutely
Insane.
miserable experience.
It was not fun. I mean, and then inside of the concert itself, I mean, fun environment, like I stood in the line for the t-shirts, that was a little while, but there was an opening act. It was Cage the Elephant.
That's cool.
I'm sure I would have liked to have listened to him, but also I had all this other stuff to do, so whatever. Um, there was a Ferris wheel, an Oasis Ferris wheel. That was cool. Obviously, the giant poster that I took a picture in front of. It was like my entire life has led to this moment. I think that's what I said too. So that was cool. The concert itself was fun. I definitely would not have changed going if I could. Like if I could reverse time and I'm like, I'm just gonna skip it. That's not an option because I don't know if I'm ever gonna get this opportunity again. I never thought they were ever gonna get back together to begin with. They've been broken up since 2009. So I had to do this. And I had a very unoptimal, if that's the word, place to stand, unfortunately. I
For
mean,
the
I was in general
entirety.
admission. I
Oh,
got
yeah.
screwed around a little bit because I had to go to the bathroom and there were people that were just pissing on a wall.
Oh, bugger. Yes! Isn't this the most fascinating? It's a piss wall. Don't go to the piss wall.
Apparently that was legal or something. I don't know, but I didn't want to find out the hard way, so I stood in line for like the porta potties. Um, that was more time awaiting, and so finally, when I actually walked into the area of the stadium to stand, it had already filled out pretty good. So where I ended up standing was behind the camera person. There was a person that was on the camera for like the big screens. So my view was kind of obstructed. And also the stage was so far away, which I'm not used to. I go to concerts relatively often, and I usually get spots that are much better than this, but I also don't go to concerts this big either. One of the biggest concerts I've ever been to, by far, except for maybe Queen and Adam Lambert at the Palace, which that was probably bigger, but this is a close second. So, they sounded great. That was awesome. I mean, their set list was fantastic. They played for like 2 hours. The way the stars started, the way the show started gave me chills because it was like they're playing the song. It's called "Fucking in the Bushes." It's a song that doesn't have any lyrics to it, but it's just kind of like like a cool, like just catchy, like rock beat. And up on the screens, they're showing all the articles flashing on the screen, all the article headlines of what everybody said around the entire world when they heard Oasis was getting back together.
That's cool.
So it was like, flashing all these headlines that were like, oh my God, what? Really? They're getting back, just all those headlines. And I'm getting chills just talking about it. Like, that's how stupid I am. But, like, seriously, it was so, so cool. And then the visuals they had throughout the entire show was super awesome. And all of that. There's a lot of drunk, belligerent people around. Apparently, it's a thing now where people they take their beer and they throw it upwards, and so it showers the crowd with beer.
That's fucking
And
disgusting,
I
but
saw this
whatever, continue.
multiple times. And I kept on getting shocked by it because I'm like, isn't that expensive? Didn't you pay like $10 for that? What are you doing? People smoking weed like crazy. Uh, what I thought was funny was that there was an announcement as I was walking into the stadium that was like, "Thank you for help keeping Rogers Stadium a smoke-free environment." While there's people smoking cigarettes and smoking weed all over the place, and I'm like,
Hmm.
I don't think
Sounds like
so.
Freedom Hill.
It was crazy. It was crazy. But I met some friends on the way out because how do you not when you're standing with the same people for 2 hours straight?
Sure.
And so that was fun. And so I asked them about the beer throwing thing. I'm like, what's up with that? and they said they're like, we don't know. It's something that started like recently, and it's like a TikTok trend or something,
Cancer.
because I've never seen it before.
Absolute
And
cancer.
luckily, I was not in any of the way of that getting sprayed upon me. So, I would have been though if I was in a better spot.
That's what she
So,
said.
yeah. So I guess that's a good part of it. There's also a barricade that was next to me that I was able to lean on the entire time, and people could not shove me past the barricade. So that
No,
was
they just
good as
pushed you up
well.
against it, is what happened. They couldn't put you
Yes,
through it, but you were shoved against it.
which was fine. They could only push me so far because people are very pushy at concerts. They'll push you all over the place, and when they can't physically push you any further, then they don't. So that was nice. Because at Marilyn Manson, people were real pushy. It was a whatever. Um, but yeah, so that was fun. I would say it was worth it for sure. I mean, I like going to Toronto anyway. But what made the trip? Oh, by the way, so I bought this shirt. Um,
Yeah.
Tiny little problem, you might say. You wouldn't even notice it unless I
Oh, it's
pointed it
that
out.
shirt.
But once I do point it out, you'll never stop noticing it. It has this little thing that pokes up right there. See that? I don't know what that is. It's like the way it's sewn.
Yeah, it was just a one in a million
I'm
factory
like a
defect, and he
Bowser.
just he, he just managed to get that one shirt.
Yeah. I even went as far to say, "Can
Mm-mm-mm.
I look at the shirt?" And they were like, "Yeah." And they took it and they unfolded it for me and stuff, but I would never
I mean, how
notice
else
that
would you
because
know?
that's where they're holding it from. So, it's annoying. I assume it could probably be fixed if you knew what you were doing and you went at it like underneath of it. I looked at it. I don't see anything that looks abnormal, but
It's
obviously
beyond your
there is
area
maybe
of
it's too much
expertise.
material bunched up in there or something. I don't know. It's annoying. Oh, and it was a cash-free establishment. So I'm in a different country, right? So of course I I exchange my money to get Canadian money. And it doesn't matter because they were cash free, right? And I'm like, well, I don't have enough money left on my debit card. I took almost all of it off for this cash. And they're like, well, just a hint for the future. If you see any event that says it's a Ticketmaster event, they're cashless. And I'm like, thanks, that's good to know for the
Yeah,
future.
that's shady as fuck.
So yeah. And so literally I'm like, well, I'm just like shit out of luck, I guess, right? What I ended up doing was I got out of the line and I walked around and I found like the first like nice looking people I could. It was a family. And I said, "Hey guys, this is gonna
Can we
seem
do a little
weird."
back alley
I'm like
transaction?
over it, like talking to them through the barricade. So it looks like I'm an asshole that doesn't want to wait in the line, even though I already just did. Um, I'm like, if I give you cash right now, I'll give you it first. Can you buy that shirt up there for me? And they're looking at me like I'm insane. And I'm like, it's
You are, but
cashless. I only have cash. I mean, I have my debit card, but it doesn't have enough money on it for, and they're like, "Oh, okay, we got it. We got it. We got it. Okay, what is it?" And so then they did it for me, which was nice. And I even gave them an extra $5 for it, just doing it for me. And they gave me the $5 back. And I said,
oh, that's
"No, no,
nice.
this is for you." And they're like, "No, no, 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 no." And they gave it back to me. Canadians,
Are traditionally much nicer than us.
traditionally, yeah, they're traditionally nice. And they did not disappoint that family. So that was very much
Very good.
appreciated. That's why I got this damaged shirt. But
Comes with a story and a memory.
nothing is more damaged than the shirt I bought on the
Your
way
psyche.
out. Because yeah, my psyche. Um, this lady was sitting on the ground saying, "You want to buy t-shirts?" And she had a garbage bag of t-shirts, right? So she sold counterfeit t-shirts and she gets kicked out of all these events. She comes to all of them, I guess. I don't know. I had to talk to her for a prolonged period of time. because I was like, "Do you have extra large?" And she was like, "Oh no, my son has to run and go get it." And so he was gone for every bit of 30 minutes. So I'm standing next to this lady just like bullshitting with her. And she was telling me how security came up to her and already took almost all her shirts away from her and all this kind of stuff. And um what really sold me on it was that the shirt looked good, it felt like quality, and it was only 20 bucks. 20 bucks Canadian, so that's 15
Yeah, it's pretty
bucks
cheap.
American. Super cheap. This
It
this
was
was
like
50.
40. Well, okay,
So
so yeah, Canada 50.
40
Sure, sure.
American, but 50 Canadian. I washed this thing one time, and I'll
It's
show
already
you what
falling
happened to
apart.
it. Ironically, the back looks fine. And I when I wash these kind of things, I flip them inside out. And yeah, that looks nice. And again, very quality, thick, nice, smells good.
Oh God.
Isn't that insane?
It's gonna look like a vintage Hot Topic shirt after one more wash.
Yes. Yes, it's all cracky looking. I mean, it's like literally like it's just started wiping away.
Like one could argue in its current state that looks pretty nice, pretty weathered, but when you consider that it was brand new, right? Washed once and that's the result, it really
Yeah.
changes, you know. It's all about perspective, right?
I wore it once as a work shirt just under because it's almost like the Henry Cavill Superman shirt where it's the design is way too low on it. Because you see this is up high. It's
It
good. That's
always
how a
comes
shirt
back to
should be.
Superman.
I guess bootleg shirts don't have that ability, so
It's
it fell below
printed
my.
off center.
So it worked for a work shirt, and so I had my actual collared shirt off. I was at Meyer the night that I wore this, and this lady comes up to me and she goes, "Oh my God, were you at that show?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then
You
it went
bet your
into
ass
this
I was,
entire
yeah.
conversation about Oasis and how it's her favorite band too. And so, Oasis brings people
And
together.
then you got married and you lived happily ever after.
Yeah. She was like 65 years old, but yep, but now we're married.
Perfect.
Um, yeah. So the last part, the cherry on top, which is the much quicker part, um, the concert alone, that would have been enough for the trip. That's all I was gonna do anyway.
Until.
And then I thought, you know what? I meant to go to Port Hope. Port Hope is where they filmed like 80% of it, chapter one and chapter two. And it was about an hour and a half drive away from where I was at. They always say Toronto. They filmed in Toronto. And it's like, okay, what they consider the GTA there, which is the greater Toronto area, like we say Metro Detroit,
Sure.
we're not calling a city an hour and a half away Metro Detroit here,
No.
but they
No.
do. And it makes it real confusing. That's all I'm saying. Because they're just like, yeah, it's Toronto. What you consider Toronto is like the entire province of Ontario. I mean, it's insane. But whatever. So I went there immediately as soon as I passed into town. I'm like, yep, I feel it. Like I could see, I just felt it immediately. I'm like, this is it. I'm here. I'm in Derry, Maine, baby. And I saw the city hall, which is very notable, and the park, which is very notable, and the city hall became the library and the movies and whatever. It was a wonderful time. And I was just going around hitting the locations, possibly for a video. I don't know. Stay tuned. And I was trying to get my bearings straight, like where should I start and go from here and whatnot. I was using like two guides online that were helping me out. And I see this family that's walking around with one of these.
Yeah, that's super
And
cool.
it's like, oh, it's like actual physical version of the locations and all of that kind of stuff. And and it's like, oh, that's cool. And where'd you get that? And he's like, oh, at an antique shop that's right over there. And I'm like, okay. And so I walked over there and I could have walked in any of these stores because literally every single store in town has one of these on the counter and they just give them out for free. I was like, hey, can I have one of these? And they're like, absolutely. And then I got into this like hour conversation with these two ladies at this antique shop. So that was hilarious. But but it was a really fun time. The only bad thing about it was that while I was there, I wonder where this location is and this one, because those aren't in town. And I started looking around all over the GTA at all these locations, and I've now become obsessed with going to the mall. And I went to as many as I could once I left there, but nightfall was coming, and also I had to get home. And so I hit like one on the way back. I wanted to do more, but I spent so much time in this town, which was awesome. Absolutely fantastic. I would do it again in a
Yeah,
heartbeat.
he's going back next month.
Yeah, no, there's just so much more to go to. I stayed in Mississauga. It turned out the Chinese restaurant from the second movie,
2 minutes away. Go
two
fuck
minutes
yourself.
away, but I didn't know it. I didn't know it. Mm-mm. Now I
The first
hate
location he's
myself.
going back to.
So it's one of the things I'm going back for, as well as just many, many other things. But yeah, that's pretty good. Weish fact of the day. This right here, that says welcome to Derry. That's CGI, actually.
You can't even tell.
You
Is it
can't.
CGI, AI?
It looks completely legit. And I wondered why is that CGI? Um, it didn't make sense to me because they did everything else, like they painted it and stuff. You can see it there behind them. Um, like why didn't they just paint it? How hard would that have been? Well, it would have been very hard because there's actually a set of two windows that's right there in the middle where that would be.
You'll see in the video.
You will see in the video. So yeah, that would not have been possible. And it's like, oh well, that makes sense then.
Movie magic, special
And
features, if you will.
it was a lot of fun though. Good time, good time.
Very, very good.
Something quick. I realized I missed autograph. So this is Tom Baker. He was the fourth Doctor on Doctor Who, and ever since uh the pandemic, I was gonna say the real word, but YouTube. Ever since the pandemic, he's an old guy. He's in his 90s. He stopped signing pretty much. Like his website just kind of went down. And so I thought, well, that sucks because he's gonna perish and I will never get his autograph, right? And luckily, I got a notification in my emails that the site was back up for a limited amount of signings. And so I was like, well, I don't know if I have the extra money, but I'm gonna do it because he's like 93 and I'm not, you know, I don't want to put bad juju out in the universe, but
We all know the writing's on the wall, people.
the
Two
writing
things
is
guaranteed in life, death and taxes.
exactly. So this is this is what I did. And I don't know, after I purchased it, it took like 2 months to arrive or so. But
Hey, it's no Ryan Reynolds. If you know,
Ryan
you know.
Reynolds was mean to a child.
Yeah, you.
Yes. Two childs. Um anyway, you would think that this was the longest episode to date, but it's not.
Yeah, it's the third longest episode.
Yeah, maybe. I swear we have one that's like 5 hours long.
Sounds about right. The extended edition, if you will.
When it's all said and done, like I see what my timer says up here in the corner. When it's all said and done, it's probably 2.5 hours because Zoom went down for you. There was also probably 20 minutes or so I was waiting at the very beginning. So, because what it says for me is 3 hours and 44 minutes. And it's not that. Mm-mm.
Yes, but
Be sure to send me the first
first
video.
part.
I don't need this one, just the first video. And that's it.
Yes.
But thank you for joining us, everybody. What did you buy in the last 7 months? Let us know. Comment down below, tell us all about it. And what is your feelings on any of the stuff we talked about here today? Do you think that the NECA H2O figure is fantastic? Tell me all about it down below, and we'll have a discussion. Is Herbie the Robot possibly the greatest popcorn bucket that's ever been created?
Yeah.
Yes. Is that up for
Next to
debate?
the bat symbol.
Yeah, that thing. I mean, anyway, thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.